but I also never...
It's on. I can hear you. Fairly as I can.
Don't ever apologize for your faith in Christ. And also, I wanted to say I'm a veteran.
Well, it's funny. It's funny you said that. I was on a radio show today in Boston, and the guy. I'll let him ask the question. The guy said to me, he said, the guy asked the question. He said, "Don't we need?" He said, "We don't need a Jesus candidate. We need an economic candidate." And my answer to that was, we always need a Jesus candidate, someone who believes in it. I don't mean that we need a Jesus candidate, someone who's a Christian, but we need someone who believes in something more than themselves, some higher power, some God. And not just the economy. And I said to him, I said, when you say God bless America, do you mean it? Or you just say it? I mean, let's be honest, and this is a discussion we have to have. I know, because don't talk about these things when you're in New Hampshire. Right? Don't quiet on them. Do we mean it or don't we? I mean, look, as the President of the United States, one of the things I really believe is that, you lead. We have problems in this country that I don't want to solve with the federal government. But as president, I want to talk about with the American people. Because we have a president, and Mrs. Obama's doing some wonderful things with obesity. And that's great. And the president has gone out there talking about the income inequality, and I don't like the way he's doing it. But there's some point he can make there. We do have, the president does conduct a national discussion and can be a very constructive thing. But the idea that because, and I had this discussion with Al Sharpton on MSNBC, and I was talking about, the family said, and the importance of the family, and the importance of the two-parent family. He said, well, what are you going to do with the federal government to make that happen? I said, that's the difference between you and me, Al. You think the federal government has to do everything. I don't. But that doesn't mean we don't need to focus and talk about the importance of the family. I'm not saying the federal government needs to do something. But a president can still do something by engaging America in a conversation. I'll give you an example. I guess it was last week, I was on a radio show. And, well, let me step back one step further. I talk about the importance of marriage and the family for the economy, because it is important. And I said there was a Brookings study that I cited. Got a little, how dare we talk about these things. 2009 Brookings Institute, which is a liberal think tank, and they did a study on poverty. And here's what they found. That if you do three things in your life, if you do three things, you're almost guaranteed not to be in poverty. What are those three things? One of them is obvious. Work. Right? Work. Second, graduate from high school. Third, if you're a man, get married. If you're a woman, get married before you have a child. If you do those three things, according to the study, the incidence of poverty of people who do those three things is 2%. The incidence of people who do that, who have incomes over $50,000 a year, and this was 3 years ago. If you do those three things, the chance that you will earn over $50,000 a year is 77%. If you don't do any one of those three things, not all of them, if you don't do any one of those three things, the chance that you will earn over $50,000 a year is 4%. And the chance that you will at some time be in poverty is 74%. Now, what's wrong with the President of the United States going out and talking about how important it is to do those three things? Has he ever heard... was on a radio show the other day, Bill Bennett, Book of Virtues, Secretary of Education, drugstore. And I happened to mention this, and he said his wife, Elaine Bennett, runs a program called Best Friends. It's a program that works with at-risk young ladies to make sure that they don't have children out of wedlock. A worthwhile program, from what I just told you. The Obama administration, they get money from the federal government, thanks to, in part, some things I did years ago. They get money from the federal government. According to the Obama administration, now, they are not allowed anymore to teach abstinence as a preferred way of not getting pregnant. It is one of equally valid ways of children not getting pregnant. And they cannot emphasize or teach abstinence. Nor can they advocate for marriage. They have to say that marriage is simply one of various alternative lifestyles of all equal value. Now, I hear this from the left all the time about guys like me, who are trying to impose their values on America. What's that? There is a difference. If any of your friends say, oh, Republicans are no different, there is a difference about what direction this country is headed. Wouldn't it be good to have someone out there who's willing to fight